that all about?
Why haven't you talked about season 4 of Sherlock yet?
I was gonna get to it.
Well, I suggest you get to it.
All right.
Let's talk about Sherlock.
Sherlock Season 4 has come to a close, and if you guys don't know, Sherlock is my personal favorite television show. It has some of the best writing, construction, and performances I've ever seen. And while I could easily talk about each season individually, I figure why not shorten down the explanation so we have more time to talk about Season 4. Season 1 was the introduction to Sherlock Holmes and John Watson coming together, solving mysteries and solving crimes. Sherlock Season 2 was my personal favorite season up until this point because it's the battle between Sherlock and Moriarty we have been building to since Season 1. Season 3 was the introduction to the person who would become John's wife, Mary Jane Watson, and the person who would sequentially start to break Sherlock's mind, John Magnuson. Now let's talk about Season 4. The great thing about this show is that it builds on each and every character's relationship, their chemistry with one another, every single season. And this season really isn't any different, except for one big thing: the relationship between John, Sherlock, and Mycroft. Honest to goodness, I think that Benedict Cumberbatch, Martin Freeman, and Mark Gatiss all sat down together writing this dialogue and building these characters together. But it was flawless. It's a chemistry, much like the one between Sean Connery and Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, where you just sit back and you're like, that's the best there is. I could go on and on about how the chemistry and characters are fantastic, and how the mysteries and stories in each one of the episodes is great as well. Something that this show does better than a lot of television and movies is have consistently phenomenal villains. Season 2, or I guess you could say Season 1 and Season 2, you had Moriarty, and let me be honest, I didn't think any character would ever creep me out or disgust me as much as John Magnuson did in Season 3. The guy used their fireplace as a urinal, for goodness sakes. But this season, Toby Jones joined the cast, and I'm gonna tell you right now, every scene that Toby Jones was in, I was either biting my nails or I was clenching onto my seat, and the tension would just build and build until it was about to snap. I would literally just be sitting there when he was on screen all like, I hope this goes well. So he was great. But you can say that about pretty much anyone Sherlock adds to its cast list. Which leads me to talking about one individual. I can't discuss this person without going in depth about the season finale, so here is your spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the season finale of Sherlock Season 4, either put earbuds in, turn the volume off, go off and do something, and when this spoiler warning is gone, you can come back. Or hey, stick around and have the whole thing spoiled for you. Either way, let's talk about Euros. For a little bit, we have heard about the Holmes having a sibling, a secret sibling. But we didn't know she was going to be this nuts. And props to the actress. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to butcher it, but I've seen every season of Sherlock. But no one has blown me away with a performance as much as this girl did. She was calm, intellectual, and completely out of her mind. Pretty much Moriarty meets Sherlock Holmes in one body. And the trials that she puts Sherlock through, they're messed up. Like the scene where Sherlock has to make Molly Hooper say that she loves him. And to sprinkle some more terrible news over the top, we find out that Redbeard is not a dog, but is in fact the nickname of Sherlock's childhood friend when they would play pirates together. And Euros, because she felt lonely, decided to take Sherlock's friend, put him down a well, and drown him. Say whatever you want, but that scene, the entire time I was just like, oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was difficult to watch. Then the end of the episode came, and something hit me like a ton of bricks. Seasons 1 through 3 were all about journeying with John Watson and how he viewed the world around them. We've learned little bits and pieces about Sherlock and Mycroft's past, sure, but we never really dug deep to figure out more about their family, more about their lineage, more about what happened to them when they were younger. And this season, we finally got some answers about Sherlock. Watching Sherlock be put in situations that would just keep breaking him down reminded me a lot of the relationship between Heath Ledger's Joker and Batman in The Dark Knight. After watching this season finale, I realized this is definitively my favorite season of Sherlock. Alright, spoiler warning gone! If it's not obvious by now, I love this show, from the writing to the performances to how everything is put together. And this is rumored to be its final season. And if that's the case, Benedict Cumberbatch, Martin Freeman, and everybody else who is involved with this show, thank you for creating a show that crafted an experience and a fandom that is really unlike any other. Thank you for all the hard work you've put in. The show will be missed. And if you haven't seen Sherlock yet, you're doing yourself a great disservice. I highly recommend either watch it on Netflix or pick it up on Amazon. Do whatever you have to do. And I believe Season 4 comes out on Blu-ray and DVD on January 24th, so go pick it up. But as always, it's not what I say, but what you say that matters. So, have you seen Sherlock? Have you never watched Sherlock before? And if you have, what is your favorite season of the show so far? Leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. And if you like what I had to say and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.